Boards. Boards games, it's what I'm talking about. Boards games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and today I'm going to talk about pondering and observing, and I'm not gonna shout. Board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. You can see that it is very dark here. I am going to plug in a lamp so you can maybe see my face, because this is the way of the world in London, even when it's... There, that seems to... If I can get that lamp to balance. Yeah, that works. Okay, yes, this is the way of life in London. Even when it's 10:03 and the sun should really be up, it's overcast, it's dark, and there's no way to see yourself unless you've got a lamp on. True story. But as always, 10 a.m. UK time, I like to stream. I like to say hello to everyone with a bit of busy beats and briefer bladder. I am playing some beats on the keyboard, which you can see now. I've got the things over there just so you can see my fingers, because this is a better screen shape for me. And yeah, I'm going to talk today about... There have been some people who say that you should start a game from a particular place, or that you shouldn't fail, like you should just work out what you're doing, and if you're an experienced designer, why are you failing? But to those people I say, yes, sure, your intuitions might be better, maybe you've got some sort of mental model of humanity, but at the same time, you want to kind of see how real humans react to your stuff, do you know what I mean? And ultimately, that's what I'm all about. I think that I should say, sure, you can get inspiration while you're pondering, while you're walking, while you're just sitting in your chair, doing whatever. But maybe get inspiration when you're watching people playtesting. And so maybe the purpose of playtesting, it's not even to work on that specific game, but to build up a library of things that you want to make later on. And it provides inspiration because, arguably, for a game about grabbing creatures that are totally different and watching out for turnips, well, originally it was just grabbing creatures that are totally different as quickly as you can. But then someone said, hey, what if there was something extra? Like maybe there's a turnip card, and then when it flips over, everyone has to stand up, or I don't know what they should do, but everyone's smiling, so maybe you should have a turnip. And this was what Andy said. Andy, who basically, yeah, they speak with their emotions. They're really good at giving me an idea of what they're thinking. And it was through the act of playtesting that this idea came about. And I'm still the designer, because at that point I was like, okay, what could we have if there were turnips? Yes, Andy's correct. Everybody's smiling at the idea of these turnips. And so what could the turnips do? Well, having extra rules just for turnips seems a bit much. Well, turnips are totally different to the creature, so presumably you can grab a creature, then a turnip, then a creature. Well, maybe you can only grab so many turnips, because if you grabbed as many turnips as you wanted, then turnips would be overpowered and it would just be like lucky draw. What if you could grab only a certain number of turnips? What if you could grab only 2 turnips? What if you could grab on, and then, so that's why the game became a game about grabbing creatures as quickly as you, that are totally different, and watching out for turnips. And hello, Timmy. Bonjour, soir, bonne nuit, whatever it is, wherever you are. Here it is 10:07. And so yeah, I'm just talking the nature of observing versus pondering. I don't think it's enough to just ponder ideas in your mind. I think you want to play the game, to get the game played, to watch other people, see how they react to it. And true, the scoring mechanism might be super important, the end might be super important, but that doesn't mean make those things first. That just means make sure that you put a good amount of work into them. Timmy says it's 6 a.m. in Nova Scotia. I'm just assuming people are static, and especially since COVID. But anyway, so that is the main topic. I will go over that again in a wee bit, but first, let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. So what have you been enjoying recently? Yesterday, I did not play any games, really. Well, I did play a kind of one of those idle mobile phone games actively for about half an hour. I find it quite relaxing sometimes to play one of those mindless games where I might be listening to a podcast or watching a video where there's a lot of talking, but it doesn't quite capture my imagination. So I bring this up and I'm okay here, but like nothing that I want to talk about really. So, what were the highlights for me? Yesterday, I had a pitch meeting. I'm going to call them Company E. Company E is interested in localizing a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. I don't know what title they would give it, but it's possible that there might be thousands of copies of a game with such a long title, and they seem to really like it. As a party game, I need to show them a print and play, which I'm going to get Chris to make next week, because this week's all about the postage. But it was really exciting, they liked it. And then I showed them the game about grabbing creatures that are totally different than watching out for turnips, and they like that. They just, because they're a localizer, they're not a publisher, they want me to do all the art. So that's both exciting, because I get to do all my own art and keep it, and then they would potentially have all that art in stores around, Australia and New Zealand and Thailand. That's super exciting, right? But it's also got the thing in my head where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, well, the black and white art, it feels okay, because, it was just a small indie project. But if they're trying to make it a mass market thing, are people going to look at that black and white art and think it's cheap? So yeah, that's what's been going on in my world. I also saw my friend McCall, and we walked around and had a lovely chat. So what's been going on with you? Timmy just hasn't done anything interesting lately. That's totally okay. Well, can you find anything to be grateful for? I'm going to be grateful for... I'm sorry to all the vegetarians and vegans, but I'm going to be grateful for the fried chicken that I had yesterday. I'm going to be grateful for bottles that I can refill with water. I'm going to be grateful for my friend McCall, with whom I had a chat. And I'm grateful for my bike. Those are all excellent things, and yes, I'm grateful for all of them. Timmy is grateful that it's not snowing yet. What temperature is that? Yeah. So, now, let's talk a wee bit. I invite you all to ask me any questionably quick questions. That's the next section. You can ask your questions, but please no interrogation. This is the next section. It's the questionably quick questions section. Questionably quick questions. So, whilst everyone else thinks of all their questions, and I'm going to talk about the brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Brilliant things. So, Timmy says it's 6 centigrade outside. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, for Nova Scotia, yeah, I really don't like the cold, and I've said multiple times before, that's why I'm going to Thailand. I don't even like the cold in here when it's like 10 degrees. And I don't know, like, I guess if you're in such a tight, cold climate, you must have better insulation in your houses, but still, I would not want to live somewhere like that. But, brilliant things. Let me say that having access to so much food and distribution of work, I think that's a brilliant thing, because it's not like everyone has to collect their own food. It's not like everyone has to cook their own food. It's not like everyone has to make their own tables. And so specialization of labor, I think that is a brilliant thing. Because, for example, if I try to make my own table, I would make a rubbish table. Sure, I could make actually quite a nice meal, but I couldn't grow food very well. And it's just more efficient for someone to do stuff for more than one person. Because once you've learned how to do it, then it's going to be easier to do a second time. And so yeah, I think it's brilliant that we can go, and we can, thanks to this we've got the specialization of labor, and I can grab well-made tables and well-made games from other people, and we're kind of sharing our labor, so that is my brilliant thing. Brilliant things. And as for, yeah, Timmy's just cold all the time. So much love. I really don't envy you. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just, why are there so many humans? Why do we feel the need to expand to those parts of the world? I mean, yeah, it's... Timmy asks if I like Korean barbecue. I'm going to tell you a little story very briefly about last week. So my story is about my friend's birthday. Their birthday was on Wednesday last week. So, yes. Wednesday is normally the pub games. So I said, hey, let's celebrate on Tuesday, and they said, yeah, that's okay. Let's go do something. And we agreed to go to the cake place, which is meant to be the best cupcake place around. And the best cupcake place around was pretty good. I mean, it was possibly the best cupcakes I've ever had, but it's not like, whoa, these are so amazing, these are the best cupcakes I've ever had. Because realistically, once you get to the best, it's going to just be a smidgen better than anything else. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, the restaurant that I treated my friend to was a hot plate, Korean place, and we got to cook our own food. At the start, it was a bit much because there was a person who was cooking it for us, and that wasn't great. Why was this person coming and cooking our own food? We wanted it in a particular order. Don't come cooking our food. Because surely that's the point of having a hot plate at your place. Like that, you cook your own food. Come on, let us have the luxury of cooking it. And hello, Jess. It's lovely to see you. Just talking about Korean barbecue. Anyway, so we had 3 styles of kimchi. We had, I believe, radish kimchi, which was lovely. We had cucumber kimchi, which was novelty, but I wouldn't necessarily have that one again. Interestingly, the one that was my least favourite, well, there was also cabbage or lettuce kimchi, which was the only one that I've ever had before. So yes, the radish kimchi, which was my least favourite at the start because of the texture, later on it became my favourite. There was grated radish, that was lovely. A few different things in vinegar, and of course the barbecue that came with the marinated beef. The mushrooms were my favourites. And it came with lettuce. Like, lettuce seems like a weird thing to have in a barbecue, but it's like you can make little wrap, but using lettuce instead of bread. Fantastic idea! But yes, it was delicious. And so yes, I can now say, assuming that was indeed Korean barbecue, that yes to me. I do like Korean barbecue, but I'm not sure I would go there again because it was very expensive. Bulgogi is my favourite thing at Korean barbecue. It's like thin beef. Yes, we had a bulgogi to me. Timmy says yes, it's here too, over in Nova Scotia. It's cheap in Thailand, says Jess. Thais love Korean and Japanese food. Okay, that was a very nice questionably quick question. Thank you for that, Timmy. And so now I wanted to talk about, let me talk about the main topic a little bit more before I finish up. So anyone got a suggestion for a key? I'll do G. Okay, so the thing I was talking about, observation versus pondering. It's kind of about the scientific method, right? I mean, I think it's all good and well to do pondering in your own head, but ultimately you need to be looking at what's actually going on and think, is what I'm thinking actually correct? Question everything. And you might ask me, why? Why should I question everything? And that's a good question to ask. The reason to question everything is simply because, well, I guess if we don't question things then and blindly accept things and just do things because that's the way it's always been done, then we risk doing things that are suboptimal or even problematic or damaging or harmful. So it behooves us sometimes to check what we're doing. Sometimes people say, oh, you think too much, as if that's a thing. I don't believe it's a thing. I believe it's possible to doubt yourself too much, and I think that's what those people are saying when they say you think too much. Because, yes, don't doubt yourself, keep going, but think, re-examine, and be willing to come to the conclusion that, yes, what you were doing was absolutely 100% correct. In which case, congratulations to you, you've been brilliant. But we have to be willing to accept that maybe we aren't brilliant, maybe we are suboptimal, maybe we are a work improvement in progress, because we're all works in progress, right? Jess says, a common phrase in Thailand is don't think too much. It's really annoying, says Jessica Jane Sankey, born in 1985. Oh man. Jessica Jane's a lovely Sankey. Anyway, so Jess says, I hate it. Fortunately, not too many people I know use it. That's good, because again, it's not about not thinking too much, it's about don't get yourself in a circular thinking of a vicious cycle of thinking, oh, this is bad, and like, it's definitely kind of useless thinking. You can be ruminating pointlessly, you can be thinking, and it could be no use. And worst case scenario, the risk there is that you aggrieve yourself, that you stress yourself. Oh, my left hand's getting tired. So, the phrase means suppress your feelings because they're inconvenient to me. Yeah, I know what you mean, Jess. The whole notion of telling other people to not think too much, that's really, what's the word I'm looking for? Pernicious? Kind of, it's overstepping your boundaries. And hello, J. Folsgard, it is lovely to see you. I hope that you're generally well. And so, yes, I think it's all well and good to think in your own mind. But I think the even better thing to do is then to test your thoughts. I think it's good to go out there. If you're making a game, or if it's like something that you're thinking about, the state of the world, or whatever you're thinking about, I think it's worth going out there and testing, observing, experimenting. That's what a playtest is, ultimately. Having a look and seeing, does my thoughts match the reality? And so, yes, ponder away, think away, but then observe. Jess says, yes, it's Overstepping boundaries. It's like when you tell someone their own perspective or feelings are wrong. And so yes, that's basically my main topic. I just want to say, ponder. Pondering is great. But it's okay to be inspired by your pondering. It's okay for your inspiration to come from within. It's okay for your inspiration to come from the environment, the landscape. It's okay for your inspiration to come from other people, as I talked about with a game about grabbing creatures that's totally different and watching out for turnips. And it's okay, as long, I think it's important to credit those people, to say, thank you, Andy, for that excellent idea. And when the game gets published, I will put their name for sure in the roll sheet. The roll sheets will probably have to be online because it's going to be another busy budget pack and they only have like 2 sides of a card for the rules. But anyway, the point is, yes, ponder, yes, observe, yes, then ponder, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle of iteration, and whatever works for you, don't let other people say that you should do something first, or you should do more pondering, or you should do less pondering. But yeah. Anyway, that was my main topic, and I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to start talking about over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but on over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. Over to you. So yes, what are you up to today? What are you up to for the rest of today? Are you up to something fun and frivolous? Are you up to something super serious? I have some fun plans. I am going to go to the pub, which is about that way. You can't see which way I'm pointing, but I'm going to go to the Salisbury. I'm going to go to the Salisbury. I'm going to play some lights games. For today, I'm going to be working a wee bit with Chris. Oh, I thought it was going to be lightning, but the blue skies are starting to come. Yeah, the weather forecast said there might be lightning until 2 p.m, but there does seem to be blue skies. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, yes, I'm going to be doing a wee bit of rules writing. The first thing I will do after this is to set up the live stream for Saturday. I am having Amanda Bridgman on Saturday, so please join me at 10 a.m. UK time. I'm super excited. I'm going to be finishing a book that I started yesterday called Pandemic, Patient Zero. I'm not sure if it's commercially available just yet. It's either just come out or it's about to come out. But it's from Aconite Books. It's the first book based on the board game Pandemic, which I'm sure everyone knows. It was a bit weird at the start, like all the references to COVID. It's set in the future and it's talking about COVID like it's already passed. And honestly, like reading those bits were kind of emotional. It's kind of talking about how, yeah, Emmy, just like in the first chapter, it talks about how COVID was this big thing that everyone made everyone realize that pandemics would affect even modern countries. They felt like, oh, it's only going to be those foreign countries. It made everyone aware of things, but then most people just went back to their old ways and became complacent again. And it's probably true. Amanda Bridgman probably has an accurate idea of how things are going to pan out, but hearing it referred to in the past tense, wow, that was emotional. Anyway, so I'm going to try to finish reading that book over the next few days before interviewing Amanda Bridgman and like talking about how she came to have that gig of writing a book based on the multi-million selling board game series and how she went about researching not just the subject matter, but also the board game. Like, how much of a tie-in does it really have to be? But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up this stream for Saturday, so please look forward to that. Timmy says Timmy is lying down right now. I hope you enjoy, and if you fall asleep, then I hope you have a good sleep. J Fool's Guard is going to the Wednesday playtesting. Lovely. Are you playtesting your own game? Do you have something in particular that you're playtesting? Feel free to let us know about it. Jess says, shall I run 10k today? Yes, Jess. If you're asking, I'm going to say yes, Jess, you do it. And what's more, after you've run it, I want you to message me on Facebook with a photo of your sweaty face after you come back in the door. And I want you to say, Bez, I have run. And I will say, congratulations, Jess. I mean, Frank, I will congratulate you on other things also. I mean, it's not like I will only love you or congratulate you if you do the run. I just want to make that clear. Like, my love is not dependent on you doing this run. But if you're asking me, then to me that suggests that you have the ability to do the run. So I think you should do the run. I think you should push yourself. Maybe after, we wrap up, maybe go out for the run. Get your gear on right now while you're listening to me. I don't know what you wear, like a sports bra or like leggings or whatever. Like, do you have gym shorts or something? Get your trainers on. Get ready to go out on that run. Jess says, I haven't trained or done any exercise for 3 months. Ooh. If you've not done anything for 3 months, then 10 kilometers sounds like quite a bit. But if you think you're up to it, then go for it. I think it's important to give ourselves low expectations sometimes, so that it's achievable. Like, when I'm thinking about writing this thing for Amanda Bridgman, the truth is I said I would do it by the end of last week. I was expecting to do it on Friday, but yeah, things happened. And so at this point, it's like, part of me thinks, I should do this amazing description that's insightful and amazing, but really, is that necessary? No, it's not. I'm just going to write something, the bare minimum that allows me to get it set up and email Amanda to say, hey, this is set up and this is the StreamYard link, and I'll see you at 10 AM UK time on Saturday. So yeah, if 10 kilometers seems achievable to you, Jess, then go for it. But plan your route, and yeah, I've been locked down sedentary, that doesn't sound good. I think we can walk bits, says Jess, and it's more of a jog. Well, that's fine. I think it'll cheer me up to run. Then definitely do it. I used to run long distances, but it's been a long time, says Jess. Yeah, do it. I'll be at the beach inside my imagination, says Timmy. The roaring waves, the crashing waves, a gentle breeze blows past while the sun radiates into your skin. J Fool's Guard says, I've been trying to talk myself into going for a run again for the last week or so. I mean, can you imagine like what's the shortest run that you can imagine? Could you imagine like a 1 kilometer run, or even half a kilometer? Like literally running around 2 blocks? Like, what if you do a tiny run today? Whatever the shortest run is that you think you could do that run, get yourself out, and then maybe in a couple of days do something a little bit longer, and you can build up those muscles. You're very welcome for all the love, Jess, and Jess, I hope you managed to cheer yourself up. J-Fold's Guard is playtesting their leaf-based game. Maybe even a new idea as well if they have time to prep. Oh, it's a group run that Jess is going on. Timmy says, my friend said I'm basic cause I only wear leggings. Man, that's mean. I mean, if you've got the confidence to go out in just your leggings, then do it, and you go. You be proud of your legs, and like even when I'm wearing leggings, or I almost always end up wearing a skirt on top because I don't want to show off my bum and stuff too much. Okay, Jess, enjoy your food, and I hope that you have a good time. Jess says, a group run is a brilliant thing. It appeals because you're in a group, but you can quit. It's not like you have to finish. It's in the jungle. Ooh, exciting. The jungle, the green lung. And J4 says, a tiny run, that's a possibility. It might happen. Excellent. Oh, Timmy had to come back to their friend. I can't be basic because I don't like pumpkin spice, says Timmy. Yeah, I guess that's really the end. It's been lovely. I want to say thank you very much to everyone. Where's my thank you? Oh, it's at the bottom. Well, I can thank you again in a moment. Oh yeah, today I talked about the nature of pondering and the nature of observing. We talked about the brilliance of specialized labor and doing stuff for other people so I don't have to make my own rubbish table. I can get a well-made table. That's pretty brilliant. And sometimes when I don't want to cook for myself, I can get other people to cook for me and pay them money in exchange for their labor. It's brilliant. And sometimes I can even pay Chris to say, hey Chris, please take care of the postage, and Chris does it. It's brilliant. And sometimes people pay me for doing stuff that I become specialized in and I become good at them. And then I get money. It's brilliant. Sorry. But yeah, that stuff is brilliant. And yeah, we talked about what were you thankful for? I can't remember to me. You said something. We talked about food and stuff, and we talked about running. We had lots of conversations about running, and people saying don't think too much, which I agree is just a rubbish thing to say. But yeah, that's everything. It's been a lovely chat, and I've enjoyed some of my melodies. I hope you have enjoyed the melodies as well. And yeah, if you ever want to suggest a new key change, or then go ahead and suggest a new key, and I'll try to experiment in that key. If you want to check me out, then you know where I am. I am twitter.com/stuffbabez, instagram.com/stuffbabez, where I post like a picture every day or two or every week. Twitch.tv/stuffbabez, where I'm streaming every day at 10 a.m. UK time. YouTube is the same, but it also has the old episodes. But Twitch is better for live stuff. Discord, follow my Discord if you want. My website really should be better, and that's just for buying stuff. But yeah, that's where I am, and I'm going to stream every day at 10 a.m. UK time. I have a special stream with Amanda Bridgman that I've already talked about next Saturday. I have a special stream on guest on Monday, and I've got also special guest tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be marketing with Dina. So that's Dina is coming tomorrow to talk about marketing, and we're going to talk about maybe the nature of what am I looking for, postmortems. Yes, what is a postmortem? We'll talk about that. And the next time that Dina's on, we'll talk about doing a postmortem for a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. And then we'll talk about more stuff. So it's Dina on Thursday. Friday is going to be very brief. It's going to be like 5 minutes. Saturday is going to be a long show with Amanda Bridgman and writing books. Sunday might just be songs and me catching up with my own stuff and anything that I want, any games that I've played and the prototypes I've recently played. Monday and Tuesday I'll be talking to Jonathan, who made a game called A Lady's Choice, which is, some people find it quite controversial. And I'm not one to shy away from controversy, but I'll talk about like why it's appropriate to make this game and what Jonathan is trying to do. And we'll also talk about maybe the nature of Board Game Arena. And Jonathan's doing a really weird thing where they are giving 2% of their Kickstarter profits or total Kickstarter income to the person who's got the highest ranking on Board Game Arena. So that's a weird one. I mean, it kind of makes me wonder, could you break that system? Could you have two people and then one person says, okay, I'm always going to win and you always lose, and then we get 2% of the money? Would that work? Or is it capped at a certain point? I'm really not sure. Oh, hello, Xate. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just wrapping up, but it's lovely to see you. I hope that you're well. I was looking at your Instagram where you had a lovely tile. I believe it was Azul. Was that Azul that you gave to Matthew Dunstan? But I hope that you're generally well. Lots of love to Xate. I believe is still a moderator here. Haven't heard about this. The nature of... You're not happy about that, says Xate. Yes, it is easy to cheat. It makes a real headache for the community manager to look into, says Xate. And so, yes, just for the records, Xate is one... Are you officially the community manager? Because I thought there were multiple community managers. But yeah, Xate has to make sure that everyone's behaving themselves on Board Game Arena, and that's who Xate is. Oh, Xate is the community manager, apparently. The community Oh, I like that. That was a chocolate's art tile of the style of Azul because he is standing in front of a wall of them in his profile picture. Okay, that makes sense. J Fool's Guard says it does sound very prone to somebody trying to exploit it. And apparently everyone else working. How many is it in the team? Is it like 4 or 5 at this point? 6? But yeah, everyone else is all developers and stuff. Yeah, so genuinely... Like, you've got the... So, I was a bit confused about that, because you've got the ELO rank, which, as I understand it, is really easy to manipulate, and then you can... So, if that is the ELO rank that Jonathan's talking about, and then that means that you can get 2 people just cheating really easily. And so, but I thought at first that it was the thing that you have to get 100 rank for, and then you go into like the tournament style where you're playing against randoms, so you don't get to choose who you play against. But morning, Claire. It is lovely to see you. I hope that you're generally well. I am just in the process of wrapping up, but in this show, wrapping up can be anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how long the conversation lasts. And I hope that you're generally well. I hope that you're feeling lovely yourself as well. Talking about Board Game Arena, we are 7 now. I was number 6. It's an arena competition, but that's still easy to manipulate, says Xate. It's an arena competition. But I got to 100 things, which I thought means that I should be able to see it in arena, but then I went into arena mode and I still couldn't play it. So I assumed that maybe because it's in beta, there is no arena mode. I just think the whole thing's really badly explained. And also, like on the Kickstarter, I find it weird that there's no updates. I am not telling you how to manipulate arena. That's fair. Oh, then it's just ELO if he is still in beta. Yeah, it is still in beta, so it's like even easier to manipulate, right? I mean, I'm assuming that there comes a point where if there's enough of a disparity, you don't get points from beating someone anymore. Yeah, and all it takes is 2 people to agree to manipulate it. And then what's Jonathan trying to do? Is Jonathan trying to show that the game has enough skill to it? Because having played it, frankly, my perception is that sure, if I understood the exact makeup of the deck, then maybe I could ponder the probabilities, but it feels like an incredibly random game. That's what Alan and Alton was manipulating with backgammon a year or so ago. Wait, Alan was manipulating it? Oh, I thought Alan was just really lucky at backgammon. Anyway, so I'm having Jonathan on Monday and Tuesday to chat about stuff. Anyway, it's been lovely to chat. If at this point share, spread the word. As I say, tomorrow is Marketing with Dina. Friday is like a 5-minute thing. It's 5-minute Fridays. Maybe I should make that the title. 5-minute Fridays. Fleeting Friday, 5 minutes. Fleeting 5-minute Fridays. Yeah, that could work. And Saturday, come for Saturday, because I've got, for the first time, yeah, I was going to say for the first time, but that's really rude to Harley, and yeah, I have had offers on before, and also Richard Denning, my second guest, is an author. But anyway, I'm having Amanda Bridgman, who is also an author. It's not the first offer I've ever had, but it's the first author who's done, and also the only author who's written a book based on pandemics, so that might be interesting to chat to him about. I want to say thank you, everyone. You are all wonderful. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for coming here and chatting along. And also thank you to those who are just watching and lurking away. I want to just say so much love. And Jess says, I think I will watch but not comment when he is on. I can speak in an official capacity about it. You know, I'm not sure I've ever had the community manager of Board Game Arena on for an episode. Like, in all seriousness, I don't think Xate has been on for a full show, but not since she was community manager of Board Game Arena, I don't think. But would you like to come on at some point, not on a Friday, but on another day of the week, and talk about what being community manager of Board Game Arena is all about? Would you be up for that? And maybe also talking about this in an official capacity? Because surely someone at Board Game Arena had to approve that. I mean, how can you be... Yeah, anyway. J Fool's Guard, I really appreciate you being here. Timmy, lots of love. Xate says, I love to. Yay! Amazing. Yeah, please do that. And so, for now, that's everything. We can't control what people say on other web spaces. Okay, so basically it was announced on Kickstarter first, and then you put the thing on Board Game Arena. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I mean, it does... Yeah, it just... Yeah. I mean... Yeah. The thing is, at some point, the money is going to be enough to care about it, at which point, frankly, I'm not someone who is super affiliated with Board Game Arena, and it feels like, yeah, if the Kickstarter actually got to some substantial amount of money, and 2% of that became a substantial amount of money, yes, I'm going to admit, I would ask Jess, hey Jess, are you willing to exploit this? Oh, no, it is on Board Game Arena. You're mistaken. Let me show you. Arena. Just. Lady's choice. Play this game now. It was there. Go back to simple game. I promise you it was there. I can't find it. There used to be a banner at the top of the screen where it told you that. Anyway, I can't find it. Maybe... Oh, it used to be there, but you took it down as a breach of terms of service. Okay. So it used to be up. Did Jonathan make that appear as part of the beta? Is that what happens? Like Jonathan puts it up, but you didn't agree to it being up there? And in what way? Okay. And in what way is it a breach of terms of service? Can you tell us that much? But and thank you, Xate, for being here, for answering these amazing questions. It's really helpful. And I was unaware that, okay. That's, so anyway, going back to, I'm assuming there are no competitions on Board Game Arena for money and prizes. Okay. Well, I like that. I think that, as long as things aren't done for money and as long as they're ultimately pointless, it feels like, why not have something being potentially exploitable isn't the end of the world. But I am going to finish up the stream at this point. There are no... Oh, there's the Pandemonium playing board games. Or there's Aleski. Yeah. Let's raid Piano Man Dom. Thank you very much for the explanation. That was very helpful. Piano Man Dom. Stop being such a troll, Jess. Jess is such a troublemaker. I don't believe you. Jess, I'm warning you. Yep. I am reading Piano Man Dom, a lovely person. Please feel free to copy-paste some or all of the raid message. Piano Man, friend of the show, and plays excellent music. Just to double check, they are actually having a music stream. Yep. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Lovely to see you again, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you and chatting to you on the screen. Definitely ask your boss. You're very welcome for everything. Xate, thank you for everything. You have been such a wonderful source of joy and encouragement. Bye-bye, Jess. And I guess thank you for sharing this with the 7-Eleven. Bye-bye, Thailand people. Bye-bye, J-Fool's Guard. Lots of love, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And bye-bye.